Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel and to some more 410 slug testing today. And I've got another shell combination that we haven't tested out yet, so we're going to see what it can actually do. Now, I've kind of seen and heard some mixed opinions and results and things like this regarding these shells. Sometimes they can be decent, sometimes they can just not be very great at all, but we're going to test them and we're going to find out what happens. So for the shell I've got out here today, I've got some of these guys, the Remington Express rifled slugs. These are a 410 2.5 inch 1/5 ounce slug, and they don't say a muzzle velocity on the box here. However, it does say right here that these can be fired through any choke, but an improved cylinder is the best. So that's where we're going to start today. And as for the setup we're going to be running today, I've got this guy back out. This is my Mossberg 500 410. It is the turkey model, but all that designates is the changeable chokes, so it's not an overbore or anything like that. And like the box said, I do have an improved cylinder choke in the gun right now, and that's where we're going to start with today. Now, as for the testing, if you have seen any of the other slug testing that we've done with 410 and this gun and stuff like that, then you will know that we have not had any really amazing results, and some pretty terrible ones at that. So here's my plan for today. I would like to use these Remington slugs through the improved cylinder choke and get a 3-shot group at 25 and another 3-shot group at 50 and see kind of how accurate they are. However, if we don't see some at least decent enough accuracy, then plans might change a little bit. So here's how things are going to work. We're going to start out improved cylinder with these slugs at 25 yards, and we're going to shoot our 3-shot group. I do also have the chronograph, so we'll be able to see what kind of speed we're actually running here as well. So we'll take our group here at 25, and if it's decently accurate, we'll move it out to 50 and see what kind of group we can shoot there. But if we see some terrible accuracy at 25 yards, then I'll throw in a tighter choke and shoot another 25-yard group and see what happens. But either way, let's go over here and get you a view of this 25-yard target and start out with that group and see what we're actually working with here today. Okay, so let's pause here and take a look at our 25-yard group here with the improved cylinder choke. And once again, it is less than impressive to say the least. I mean, at 25 yards here, that gave us a 10-inch spread there. These two were kind of close together, but I mean, for 25 yards, that's just, it's not looking all that great. And that's kind of what we've seen through a lot of 410 slugs through this setup anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the executive decision on this one that if we move it back to 50, we may not even have all 3 of the shots hit the paper towards the right side little circle there. So we're gonna do kind of what we've done before, and I'm gonna go put the full choke in the gun. Now yes, an improved cylinder to a full choke is quite a bit of a constriction jump here. However, from what we've tested before, the full choke seems to do the best with the slugs through this gun. But let's go put the full choke in the gun, stay at 25 yards here, and shoot another 3-shot group on this right side circle over here and just see if it makes any difference or not. Alright, so we're back down here now at our 25-yard paper again. And this time we had the full choke in the gun, and that gave us a 5 1/4 inch group right there. Definitely about twice as good as that group, but still at 25 yards, a 5 1/4 inch group is just not all that impressive, I gotta say here. But that's about what we've seen with 410 slugs through that gun. They just have not produced amazing groups here. So I mean, at the end of the day, with a full choke, could you shoot like a fox or a coyote or something at 25 yards with it? Yeah, I would say you could, but still definitely not impressive in my eyes. I'll say that much. Now, I would love to get some of the Brennicky slugs and try those out, because I'm willing to bet that those are going to be quite a bit more accurate than these Foster style lead slugs like this. So I'm definitely going to have to try and track some of those down to test out here, because so far the Foster slugs have been less than impressive through this setup. Okay, so let's take a look at our chrono numbers here real quick. There was not a box claim to go off of this time, and they're moving quite a bit quicker than what I would have imagined. I would have thought, I don't know, 17 to 1800 or so, but we had a lot of them up in the 2000s. But let's take a look at the actual numbers and just see what all 6 of those rounds gave us for averages and stuff. So for a high, it gave us 2171. For a low, it gave us 1844. And that gave us an average of 2072. So definitely moving out pretty quick, but those are 1/5 ounce slugs instead of 1/4 ounce. So they are a little bit lighter, which it does make sense. So definitely some pretty interesting numbers to see there. All right, y'all. Well, what did you think about those results there? It's yet again another 410 Foster style lead slug test, and another kind of disappointment here. Now for this one, I was kind of expecting about that, to be honest with you. I was hoping it would be a little bit better, but a lot of people just don't typically see all that amazing results out of the Remington 410 slugs for one reason or another. This is about what I expected, to be honest with you here. So after seeing the last couple tests with slugs through this setup and stuff, I think it's time that we track down some of the Brennecke slugs and run some of those and see what we can get. But leave your thoughts in the comments. But with that being said, I've got several more tests I want to run for you guys, so I'm going to jump back to it. We also have an Instagram now as well, where you can see some sneak peeks and things like that of what we're testing. So I'll leave that link in the description if you would like to go over there. But I'm going to jump back to it, so I'll see y'all in the next one.